everybody. I'm Pastor Cynthia for today's Words of Faith. I've been thinking a lot about Mr. Rogers' neighborhood this week. Fred Rogers was a Presbyterian pastor with a very special TV ministry to children and to families. Mr. Rogers talked about everyday occurrences like going to school and having chores at home, and he introduced us to his neighbors, and he showed us the many ways that neighbors could help neighbors. He used neighbors, the word, a lot, and helpers too. He told us stories about when he was a boy and about when he saw scary things and how his mother would comfort him by saying, "Look for the helpers. You'll always find people who are helping. And if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope." In Psalm 133, we're reminded how good and pleasant it is when brothers and sisters can dwell together in unity. If we look around our own neighborhood here in the Twin Tiers, we see neighbors helping neighbors. So thank you, neighbors. Thank you to the EMTs and the healthcare workers and our police force, the firefighters and folks working in our grocery stores and pharmacies, the postal workers and teachers. There are so many neighbors who are working on the front lines, helping each other and us each and every day. So let's cheer our neighbors on, and more importantly, let's keep them in our prayers. Reverend Rogers said, "Look for the helpers." I would say, don't just look for the helpers, be a helper and be a good neighbor. Even those of us who are hunkering down at home can be good helpers and good neighbors. So check in with your aging neighbor. Pick up a loaf of bread for the family next door. Send an email of encouragement to an old friend. Look for the helpers, be a helpers, and thank you, neighbors. We're in this together. This is Pastor Cynthia with Words of Faith.